Isn't it strange how enthusiasts in any hobby or pastime start to talk in a different language? We say it's jargon, and that's discouraging to somebody who, for instance, wants to take up caravanning. So, welcome to Jargon Buster. Let's explain some of those terms. We'll start right at the front of a caravan, because here we have a breakaway cable. And this is the old type, which is a little bit rusty, and I wish these were replaced with one of these, because these are on sale now for something like £6, and they have a much more efficient locking system. Now, you may have seen reference to the smart system of building caravans. That's Swift's term, but other manufacturers have terms similarly. And in this instance, instead of putting wood in the body sides and the roof, they use plastic. It cuts like timber, it drills like timber, but it doesn't absorb water like timber. And that's the future. Let's talk about refrigerators. Are you aware, for example, that in the sort of colder conditions, fridges are just over efficient and they freeze the cucumbers? If it's a Dometic, when the temperature goes below 10 degrees C, or when the temperature on a Thetford goes below 8 degrees C, that's 50 Fahrenheit and 46 Fahrenheit, you should be putting a cover over the grill on the outside. And it partly restricts the flow and it stops the fridge from over freezing. So those are often called winter covers. Another thing I want to talk about are FFDs. What, you say? Well, it's flame failure devices. And when you look at where the flame is, you'll see a tiny little probe that sticks out into the flame. Once you've got that going, and it means holding in the ignition knob, that gets warm, it makes electricity, the electricity goes up to the control knob, and an electromagnet holds the gas open so that it just comes down to serve the flame. If that blows out, that gets cold and the gas is cut off. What a good safety system. Now I want to talk about taps, and I want to talk about microswitches, because people hear about microswitches, and in this tap, because there's cables underneath, there's a microswitch in there and it's hidden away in the top. On this one, again there's a microswitch, but this one is right under the worktop. And here it is. Micro, because it's tiny, and what happens is, as you turn the top, it clicks the switch and it gets the electric pump working. And a lot of caravans have this, and you can check this from the cables underneath. But not all. Some have what's known as a pressure sensitive switch. Sometimes that's fitted in the pump itself. Other times it's fitted in the line, in the water line. And that is a pressure sensitive switch, and when you open a tap, the hole that obviously is going to let the water out is identified by this. There's a cable coupling here, and lo and behold, it switches on the tap. So summing these up and recognizing that if you want to know more, we have made videos on all of these topics. We've talked about breakaway cable, smart construction, winter fridge covers, FFDs, flame failure devices, microswitches, pressure sensitive switches. Go on caravanchannel.co.uk, go to the home page, choose video, choose Caravanning Basics, and you can learn more about this in detail.